A violent clash between the Shiite protesters and police in Wuse district, Abuja on Sunday resulted in multiple deaths and injuries. The confrontation, which involved gunfire and burning of police vehicles, occurred during the Shi'ite Arbaeen Symbolic Trek. The police allege that the Shiites attacked their checkpoint unprovoked, wielding weapons and explosives.
However, the Shiite group claimed that the police attacked their peaceful procession, killing and injuring many mourners. The FCT Police Command confirmed the death of 2 police personnel and injuries to 3 others, while several Shiite protesters were also killed and injured. Joining us is security expert Abdullahi Bala. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How do we find a balance with this? This is a recurring issue. This isn't the first time we've seen this clash between the Shiites and the security operatives. But the Arbaeen work is not going to stop because it is a part of their religion and they do have a right to the freedom of expression. So how do we find some form of balance? How did we get here in the first place? And how do we find some form of balance between the police and the Shiites?
Well, actually, the incident happened. What happened had happened. And the only thing that is looking forward to find a lasting solution to these clashes. It has been in history that a lot has been going on concerning the 2 conflicting parties. I mean, the security agencies and the Shiite group. But it is also important at this critical stage that the Nigeria is almost mourning from poverty, mourning from kidnapping, mourning from total insecurity, to find a lasting solution to end this. Otherwise, it is going to add a salt to the wound. And once such is done, it will not be augur to the generality of the populace in the Nigeria and even in the neighboring states, because you have seen what happened, and you are also in the knowing of what has been happening concerning the Shiite group and the conflicting and the police and the security agencies. So it is a responsibility now, the police as a representative, as public representatives, to see how best they can use some amicable tools to resolve the conflict. Otherwise, if they decide to take it the way the Commissioner of Police has spoke, believe you me, it's not going to end well. Because from their own side also, they will try to see how best they can also retaliate. Remember, killings of the security agencies is not a new thing in Nigeria, by lots of groups, by the armed groups, by the religious groups, by a lot of these groups. But the point one is trying to portray is that several issues have occurred concerning the police murder. Several issues have occurred concerning the security murders. Several issues have occurred concerning the public being murdered by the security agencies. What do you do with that? What has there been? Has there been measure put in place?
Well, we seem to be struggling with your audio. We're hoping that can be rectified. But just to quickly add to the question that I asked earlier and to give some measure of context, is it necessary or is it important that we find out the true cause of what happened? Because if you see from the different reports, we've seen 2 sides of the story. The police have given their own side, which has been discounted by the Shiite leaders. So they've said that what the police has said is not true, what the FCT Police Command have said is not true, and that the police was first to attack. In fact, they have also accused the police of attacking some of their Shiite brothers in Niger, opening fire on them at a guest house on Sunday. So is it important that we dig deep into what actually happened in this scenario? Will that maybe give us some clarity as to how to proceed?
A strong committee of inquiry should be established by the government, a neutral body, so that it will find some recommendation that the government, if it's willing to adopt for a lasting solution, then it has to have a neutral body, a strong one that will look the two sides. If you go to the Shiite, they will tell you it's not true. If you go to the police, they will tell you it's not true. So we need a neutral body at the center to investigate, and the recommendation of the committee should duly be implemented by the government. Otherwise, believe you me, this is just a tip of an iceberg between the security agencies and the public. Remember, the issue of poverty is there, which is also a boiling tool for any crisis to erupt wherever in the world. So it is not a matter of saying the police have done this or the Shiite have done this. It is a matter of having a strong neutral committee that will investigate thoroughly about the instance, including the previous one. And whosoever found guilty should be punished according to the Nigerian law.
Yeah.
Otherwise, believe me, this is just a study.
All right, can you hold on? I also want you to also speak about, because I mean, there's a long history where this is coming from, and for those who maybe would remember the Shiite name, you know, one of the most recent incidents was the incident in 2015 when they were attacked by, you know, they had a confrontation with the Nigerian army, and of course, which led to almost 500 of them, if not more, killed. Their leader, Ibrahim ElZaku, of course, you know, had been in detention for many years, was only recently released. So tell us about, you know, the role that Ibrahim ElZaku should play in this conversations that we're talking about. Is, of course, his case with the Nigerian government still important, you know, in all of what's going on here?
You see, whatever the problem may likely to arise, the government is still government. Nobody is above the law. Nobody, believe you, nobody is above the law. And why things are happening the way they are happening is because things had happened and nothing is done from the side of the government. Whosoever living in the country, that person is still below the fundamental, the law of the land of that particular state he is living. So it is now the responsibility of the government now to take everybody along. It is a collective responsibility from the side of the Shiite to see how peaceful they will organize themselves. Believe you me, both the Shiite, the security agencies need total reorientation, total reorganization, and total redirection for us to have a peaceful Nigeria. Otherwise, if you are trying to blame this, when it happened in Zaria 2015, it's just a matter of arresting the leader, jailing him. But after what has there? What was the whole saga? Nothing. So it is a responsibility. When he is found guilty, let him be punished. If the security agencies are found guilty, let them also be punished, so that it will be serve as a deterrent to other intending conflicting parties. It's just that we don't have law in Nigeria. We don't have law. We only have law in books and papers. But the actual implementation of the roles and responsibility of each and every one of us is not practicable. So the earlier the government stop blaming, or the public stop blaming the other party, what do we do is a matter of punishing whosoever found guilty.
Yeah.
All right.
That is just the only solution. Otherwise, we will just be blaming parties.
All right. Let's go through a timeline of some of the clashes that have happened between the Shiite government, between the Shiite and the police. We saw that in July 2021, there was a clash between Shiites and police in Abuja during a protest demanding the release of their leader, ElZaku. Also in October 2020, we saw that there was a clash between the Shiites and police in Kaduna State during the Ashura procession. It happened again in January 2022, clash between Shiites and police in Abuja during a protest demanding the release of Ibrahim ElZaku. And then there was another one, a clash between the Shi'ites and police in Kaduna State during the Ashura procession. I could go on and on. You know, this has happened over and over again. Now, we talked earlier about what should be done, and you said there should be an investigative committee set up to, you know, to look deep into what has caused this recent one. But if we've seen this happen over and over and over again, what are we not getting correctly? You know, also to talk about the strength of Nigeria's police force, the strength of the capacity of Nigeria's police force to be able to deal with the situation on ground. So I think it's a twofold question. What have we not gotten right that has ensured that it keeps repeating itself over and again? And do you have faith in Nigeria's police force to be able to handle this, you know, the way that it should be handled?
Well, first of all, we are not serious. We will never be serious in Nigeria. Believe you me, this is not the plain truth. It's not even 2021. Shiite crisis started in 1991 in the Northwest. 1991, 1992, 1986. In fact, there were a lot of issues since 1970s. That was the beginning. And it is also the responsibility from the side of the Shiite, whenever they are going for this procession, to also notify the public authority that, okay, we are going to have this for a reason being A, B, C, D. From this road to that road, give us cover. And it is also the responsibility from the side of the security agencies to maintain law and order by giving them cover up to the end. Or they may decide to say, no, this is what is going to happen, or why don't you do this in a more amicable manner? That's how it should be done, but it has never been from the Shiite side and from the security side. The second question is that even the police, the Nigerian police, are being overstretched. They don't have the capacity, they don't have the manpower. So that was why initially I was telling you that we need total reorientation of the police force, total reorganization of the police force, and total redirection. So that by that, it provides a platform, a level playing ground for them to be able to contain whatever issues may likely to arise. Believe you me, today, if the Shiite will come out en masse, if the police will come out en masse, do you think the police force can be able to question the tension of the Shiite? They will not.
And is that a fear that you have?
Limited in number.
Yeah.
They are incapacitated.
Yeah, hold on. I just want to confirm.
Empower them.
Kind of hold on. Is that a worry that you have? You know, that if we do not nip this in the bud, even if, of course, it's gone on for so long, it's going to break down into a major crisis. And we currently have a new government in office. This is no longer the Muhammad Buhari government. This is, of course, President Bola Tinubu. Do you have, any worries that if we do not immediately start to mediate between these two, it will lead to a major crisis that, the North will not be able to handle?
Yes, that is what we've been saying. There should be, for example, now, a decorum from the both sides. What do you want? For example, if you really need serious.
We may have lost our guest there. Of course, as we try to reconnect, the conversation is mostly about the recent clash between the Shiites and the men of the Abuja police force. All right, welcome back. Please go ahead.
Unforeseeable future may likely to also prevail another set of crisis. If not handled now, we are talking about now. If not handled carefully now, it will also germinate to another level. Don't forget, Northern Nigeria is also facing issue of insecurity banditry. So it's the issue of proliferation of arms and ammunition here we're talking about. This particular group can also find their way to get this, to be equipped with this. So if not handled carefully by the government, Believe you me, because they are in large number, Shiites are not as bandits are not as many as the Shiites. So if the Shiites now decided to take arms, nobody is safe in Nigeria. So the earlier the government look at it from that perspective, either having a neutral body committee, a neutral committee to investigate deep into this matter, find out the recommendation, look at the doable ones, do it implement such, look at the reconcilable one, reconcile, and forge ahead, or we will put into dilemma.
All right, Abdullah Ibarra, we certainly will be following up with this story. Investigation is still going on, and we look forward to the time when there can be an end to these clashes between the Shiites and the police. Thank you so much for your time with us this morning.
We hope so. Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to break. When we return from the break, we're looking into the